120 total compounds. So you know you're getting 120 applications of Ray's multiplications. That was a lot of words that ended T-I-O-N.
The rate is the annual.
I just want to see what kind of numbers y'all are getting. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Chelsea's eyebrows tell me I think you got the number that. Well, I don't actually know what the number you got is, but the fact that you shrinkled your eyebrows tells me you probably got an answer you don't believe. I'm guessing. Maybe. Maybe I read too much into it. Maybe you're just wishing you overslept more and stayed home. That's possible too. Those of you watching at home have the ability to watch this at 2 times speed, or just turn it off. Everybody in class is wishing they had the exact same. Watch it at 2 times speed. Get out of here by 9. You ever watch my videos at 2 times speed? It's pretty damn funny. I sound like a chipmunk already. And you speed me up. I don't think I've hit puberty yet. I think it's one of the videos for your exam. My voice cracks like 3 times doing the. I think I actually put a puberty marker on it 3 different times because it kept cracking. I'm like, what the hell is going on? 52. When is it going to drop? Much more gray hair do I have to have until I can hit puberty? Okay, give me a number. What do you got? Not everybody wants. Did anybody do it? Let me spin the camera around here. Did anybody just change the 10 to 120? Because you have 120 compounds, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you just change the 10 to 120? And get $11,066 in this neighborhood? Anybody do it that way?
Yeah.
Nobody did that way. Okay, come. Anybody? Just hands up if you did. Okay, that logically in your brain, that makes sense because you get 120 compounds. But Elena, Amelia's shaking her head at me. Appreciate you. And Elena, you asked me a question. What was that question you asked me, dear friend?
I said the rate is APR, which is annual.
Here's the problem with doing it this way. This is half correct and half incorrect. I wish that every month when we got interest added to our account, I wish it was exactly 4%. But it's not. You get 4% each year, which means you have to drop the 4% down each month. And the question is, how much do you have to drop it down by? We'll go talk about that in a second. Say that again. Go ahead. Jump in, Jasmine. Yeah, so what you do is, and this is what banks do. I'm not fully 100% certain as to why they do it this way. And you're about to see why in number 4 when we talk about that. But I'm gonna come over here, go back to the sideboard here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the rates that go along with this. Okay, I didn't leave enough room over there, so I'm gonna put it on this side. APR. If APR is, oh God, what's the best way to write this? If the APR is R, then use, okay. If it's, oh shit, that's too high, it's too low. Sorry, I forgot manuals here. If your APR is R, use as a rate, okay, for the annual rate, just use whatever the rate is. So 4%, use 4%. Golden. If it's compounded monthly, you've got to take that rate and divide it by 12. This is what banks do. They take the rate and they spread it out over the year. So you get 1/12 of it in January, 1/12 of it in February, 1/12 of it in March, 1/12 of it in April. I know, Nathan, it's weird. I've actually done Google searches as to why they do it this way. Nobody seems to know. They just do. It bothers the hell out of me, honestly. But
Make more money.
exactly, there is an advantage to doing it this way, which is why I'm suspect of why the banks do it. Because, well, you'll see in a second. You ready? I'm going to adjust that calculation up there. I'm going to adjust this calculation up here. Okay. I'm gonna do something, it might piss some of you off, and I apologize if it does. Katie, it might piss you off, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. I like this 120 up here. I don't wanna change that. But I gotta change this, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12. Did that piss anybody off? Hope, did it piss you off? A little bit, it'll piss you off a little bit, okay. We're gonna learn Desmos soon, that'll piss you off less, I think. Yeah, we're gonna learn. Is anybody using Desmos right now? Anybody already migrated over to Desmos? Okay, don't worry, we'll learn that next. So what this is it's the same as we just did. You might say to yourself, what the hell is that plus sign? Mr. Old Man who hasn't hit puberty yet. The plus sign was always there. Even when it was 1.04, that's 1 plus 0.04. Think Allie. God, you're in the room, I can thank you now. When Allie said 1 plus R, she was putting that plus sign in to add the rate to the 1. Same thing as this. So this is going to apply, the 1 is the fact that you get to keep your money and grow it each year, but you're going to grow it by 4%, but cut up into 12 equal pieces. And you still get your 120 compounds. Let's do it! Oops, there we go. Not quite as much as last time, huh? What was last time's? I forget how much you learned last time. 148. Oh shit! Apologies, there shouldn't be a 0 there. My bad! Oh, I know what I did. I hit the insert button, which put a 0 in. I'm so sorry. I was trying to hit enter, I hit insert instead. $148.02 from number 2, correct? We get a little bit more money. Not much. I mean, $1 and some change. Why? If it's the same interest rate, why is he getting like $1 more? That's like a 1% increase. If you think about it, he only put $100 in. He's getting an extra $1.06, yeah? Yeah, an extra $1.06. Why? It's 4%. 4% is 4% is 4%. Why is he getting more? And this is why I can't believe banks do this. Can anybody have an explanation? You'll explore it in your homework, in case you don't. It's okay if you don't. Elena, go ahead, jump in, Fred.
Would they prefer to pay you less per month than pay you a bunch every year?
Oh, maybe. Maybe it's a convenience fee for that, or a convenience fee for you, or a convenience payout for you to have them pay you out more. Maybe, I don't know. I never think of what makes the bank's lives easier because bankers I tend to not trust. I was just thinking mathematically, why does it happen? Mathematically, why? If you're taking 4% and breaking it into 12 equal pieces.
Because it's technically less interest.
It is.
Because if you go yearly, you have a bunch of money and like you have 4%
Yes.
interest, and then you pay it on that yearly.
Yes.
And each month is just
It's a little tiny bit, right?
yeah, it's just doing a little tiny bit. Extra.
Right.
So then when it gets to the end of the year, they're not paying you that.
Right, but why is there more when you break it up into those little tiny amounts? This is $1.06 more, right? It's not a lot more, but it's a 1% more. I'd like 1% more on everything, right? So why is it?
Technically, it's less interest.
Say that again?
It's technically less interest.
Right. So why is it adding up to more money?
Because the more you have, the more interest, the less amount. Like if you have a car, you buy a car at $20,000, you have an interest of 0.299.
Yes.
You're paying $4,000 in interest.
Sure.
You have an interest of 2.
Uh-huh.
You're paying like
Oh no, I get it, but both of these rates are 4%. One's broken up 12 ways and one's not, but they're both 4%. And why is the one that's broken up into smaller pieces paying us more at the end? Ray, go ahead. This is not an easy question.
Could it be that all of the cents that's like divided into like
Yeah.
whatever that is adds up to?
Here's the, yeah, you're, let me see if I can get a Google sheet real quick here. Actually, I'm gonna use Excel because Google's gonna make me log in and it pisses me off. So it has to do with what's happening each month. And the problem with the formula is the formula hides that from you. You don't get to see it in the formula. The formula just does the math and then it's gone. Okay, so check this out. So we'll do annual here and we'll try to spell annual correctly. Oh my God. There we go. So you start with $1,000, no, $100, excuse me. $100, and then you're multiplying it by 1.04 to the 10th. So that's that $148.02 that you all got earlier, correct? Okay, that's what we got in number 2. Now, I'm gonna do the monthly a little bit differently. Good Lord, Sean. Okay, January, February, March. That's how smart Excel is. God damn, it's pretty smart. Ha! I love that. Okay. So after month 1, we add some interest, right? We stick the money in the year before. Month 1, we get a little tiny bit of interest, but that little tiny bit of interest is only a fraction of the 4%, right? It's 4% divided by 12. So this is equal to 100 times 1 plus 0.004 divided by 12. Okay. So in 1 month, it earned about a third of a dollar, 33 cents. Fair? Okay. This next month is going to be equal to that month times that 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12. Okay, now it went up 0.6678, and it's a little bit hard to see. What we're going to do is we're going to drag this down all the way to December, where you're going to see that one. What was the answer we got over here? We got 149.08. Why am I not getting the same thing here? 149 G3 times 1. Oh, sorry. This is only 1 year, not 10 years. Sorry, we're stopping at 1 year here. I'm so sorry. Ignore everything I just said. This is just 1 year's worth of. I'm not going to drag it out 10 years. It might be a little hard to see. Remember how he earned about 33 cents in this first year? In this first month, excuse me. How much did they earn in the second month?
66.
More than that. Well, think about the difference, because he equals that minus that. That's more than 33 cents. Not much more, but it's more. And you're seeing what's happening each month is more and more interest is being earned. That's why you end up with more at the end of the year. Yes, the interest rate itself is chopped into 12 equal pieces, but that chopped into 12 equal pieces is compounding. Right, it's all about your multiplications, Ray. So after 10 years, I mean, great, it's not a ton more each month, is it? It's not a ton more each month. But if you stretch that out long enough, it becomes real money. So that's the beauty. The more compounding you can get, the better you're going to do. So if you can get monthly compounding over annual compounding, get it. Unfortunately, it also bites you the other way, doesn't it, Jasmine? As you said, what was the example you gave, which we'll deal with on Monday? The example you gave was paying off a vehicle, which is almost always monthly payments. We'll deal with that on Monday, promise. Yeah, we'll deal with the mathematics of that on Monday. The banks know that. They want to keep you on that payment schedule because you actually end up paying more because you're paying each month versus one big money. Yeah. So anyway, it cuts both ways, unfortunately, because of the exponential growth. So yeah, the more compounds actually are going to generate more money for you at the end. So if you can get monthly, hell yeah. If you can get weekly, I think we do weekly on the backside. We'll do that after the break. So yes, you all noticed, I forget who noticed it first, but the final balance in number 3 is a little bit more. It's about 1% higher than it was in number 2 because the math is working for you. Okay, it's 9. Let's take a break. Is it warm in this room today? No? Nance, it's okay? Okay. Just, I felt when I walked in, I felt like the heat was... Maybe it's puberty. I've noticed that my YouTube channel has been recommended to a lot of random YouTube accounts who comment on my videos now, which is great. Like, I don't know how the hell I got this recommendation, but you're hilarious, and I can't wait for them to watch you today when I talk about puberty every 5 minutes. Hit me, Katie.
I just had a question I wanted you to look at.
Yes.
You can follow all my organizations. So this
Oh, I
will be-
love this. Oh, I love that too.
Well, so I got that.
Yes.
After I did that plus 1, and then I took that and did it times 100, that times 100.
I love it. It's
So I got
great.
that. But when I did this over here, in that way, it was a little bit.
Divide number 2
way.
Well, that one.
Oh, we're looking at this one here.
Yeah,
4% divided by 12.
right.
Okay, good. And then you did this.
But when I put it together like that, it equals.
Okay, the first thing I want to do, Katie, is I'm going to close this spreadsheet down. I'm going to go back to the Google. Okay. So, Katie, I'm going to try to mimic exactly what you did.
Okay.
That's what you got, right?
Yeah,
Watch what happens.
it's just cutting off that extra.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
See, the problem is that, see, as I keep adding threes, Katie, now why am I adding threes? What the hell am I doing adding threes? The problem is 0.04 divided by 12. Say it again, Hope. It's a repeating decimal. It doesn't stop at 2.
Okay.
Now, the question I have, and I don't know the answer to this, is what do banks do? I would hope that a bank would give you as many decimals as humanly possible, because hopefully they're using computers to keep track of your accounts.
Right.
This isn't like 200 years ago and everybody was like doing things by hand, like on paper ledgers, and using like, you know, slide rules to do the math. So I would hope that they would, and that's why, Katie, you're gonna always see me, rather than writing it out like this, dear friend, you're gonna see me doing the math like, let me back up till I see it, like that.
Okay.
Because that captures all those threes. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And it just gets worse. It gets worse with the more compounds because of the weird numbers we use for compounding, we use annual, which is 1. Okay, that's no problem. We use quarterly, which is 4. We do that in homework, not in the notes. That's not so bad. Dividing, like 4% divided by 4 is 1%. That's easy enough. 12 months in a year. It's a pain in the ass. Divided by 12, most numbers aren't divisible by 12. Weekly compounding we're about to do, technically speaking, how many weeks are there in a year? Anybody know? 52.28 or something. Because there's 365 days in a year. Hang on. I think you're actually right, Ray. I think it's 52.14. Hang on. I got to do 365.24 divided by 7. Ray's right. 52.17. I use 365.24 because technically there aren't 365 days in a year either. That's why we have a leap year. There's one extra day every 4 years. Why? Because if we don't have that, we start having summer in the middle of December after about 100 years. So with the leap year, calendars are friggin' weird. Anyway, we just call it 52 weeks a year most of the time. How many days in a year? We basically call it 365. So those numbers are nasty. So Katie, she got so tired she walked out. I was trying to give Katie props. Allie, oh God! That's what I get for trying to give people props and break. Anyway, so when Katie gets back, I'll tell her why I was ranting about why Ray was right. Because you were, baby.
I just wanted to check to make sure that I had done the correction check. Because I wrote,
Oh, I don't know. Did you give me everything I needed?
I believe so.
This.
I didn't want you to have to.
I love this.
During class. But
Oh man, this is so good. It goes I love it. We're looking at the low end. This is perfect. Want to staple it all together?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to clip it. That way I can give it back to you. And if Mariah wants to do corrections too, she can.
Yeah. And then just get a backside to that as well.
Oh, I will find it all.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
And then for that question about how did break even, did you talk to Brooke?
Oh, the taxes. Yes. So, have you ever filled out W-9? What's that friggin'? See, thank God my wife does her taxes because it pisses me off. So I'm going to tell you a story about taxes and why I don't do them anymore in a second. Is it a W-9? Not my taxes.
Yes.
Yeah. W-9. Yeah, I bet you revised 2024. I guarantee it looks the same as it always has. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. As the days go by. So it's all about the exemptions. It's all about, where are the exemptions? Oh God. Oh shit. Oh God. Everything I knew was wrong now. Individual, we're gonna do that. Oh, here we go. Exemptions, codes apply. Here it is. They just moved. It used to be down here. So you need to go and, oh no, exemptions, codes apply only to not individuals. Okay, so I don't have an answer for it. I thought I did. It used to be on the older tax forms, you could claim exemptions from paying tax, which meant you paid less tax. I don't see that anymore. What happened to the exemption in the tax form? Exemptions on tax form. Oh, this is a consequence of what Trump did last time he was in office, I think. Suspended, reduced to zero, so it'll come back next year. Okay, I don't know how to answer your question for these 7 years. I know how to answer it before 2018, and it looks like I want to know how to answer it after 2026, but it used to be, let's see if I can find the old tax form. Tax form exemptions. Find it over here. Yeah, 2016, I bet you this one had it in there. You could control, yep, how many exemptions do I claim on my W-4? Oh, it's W-4, not W-9, that's what it was, the wrong damn thing. Okay, so I'm gonna send this to you, so you can check it out. This is where you can control how much money you can pull out of your paycheck every month. Yeah, that's used to be able to, apparently before 2018. Again, I haven't touched taxes in decades because I didn't, well, I'll send this to you so you can check it out.
So then what do you put?
Well, that depends on the situation and your earning situation and your living situation. Sometimes you can't put it, like, we could claim a child as an exemption because we could claim max as an exemption, you get less tax because they assume because you're having a child, you have to raise a kid, you need more money to spend on that kid. So it's a balance. And there's an exemption, there used to be like a dozen different exemptions. No, I say this one, so you can check it out. And again, everything I said is now a little bit dated because apparently they suspended it in 2018. I didn't even realize it. For exemptions for you.
But depending on if I get this job.
Yeah, and I honestly, Ray, I'm going to tell you a story about why I don't do taxes, and it has to do with something you're going to backstage your notes. Taxes, they are a mess, or a whole mess. Tax code is full of loopholes that you can exploit. Like you can end up owing less money. For example, I play music. I get paid for music, which is great. 40 years of playing drums, I'll probably make it, which is great, except I have to pay taxes on it because I need more than $600. But I have practice, or I like to practice, right? I don't. That's my fault. I get deducted for my tax lawyer.
That's still.
Why don't you just not tax me instead of having take my money away and give me money back because of the exemption?
And
It's
then,
so weird.
so that was.
Which is what gets me so upset as a logical mind. So, my man. I don't have a good answer for you, especially not now because apparently they've been suspended. So, yeah, we'll see what happens next year, I guess, when it clicks back in. I mean, I have no idea.
No, that's good. Yeah.
All right, you badasses. Yeah, it's you. I was trying to give you props earlier about the whole divided by, but you walked out of the room too. You got the alley disease.
Darn it. I drank too much coffee.
That's okay. Trust me. That's why I was up 4 times last night. Not coffee, just water. Okay, you badasses. Now let's go to the backside. Let's compound weekly. No, we don't want to compound. You don't want to do it? Can we learn how to use Desmos too? No? No? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me show you how to use Desmos. You can always use Google. That's W4 form. But you can always use Google. But let's also learn how to use Desmos. I think you'll like it. I think. If you don't, you can always use Google. Or a spreadsheet, for that matter. I've learned not to teach the spreadsheet way because I think it confuses people too much, so I'm not going to do it that way. Let's learn Desmos. So from your phone or from a laptop, it works great on your phone. You can actually install the app on your phone too, which I guess works pretty well. I just run it off Google, so I just Google it and run it as a web page. So I'm going to do Desmos, D-E-S-M-O-S. And one of my favorite parts about Desmos is its catchphrase. As an educational socialist, there is nothing I like more than giving math stuff away for free. Nothing. They don't charge you to use this resource. It's just there for you to use for free. I've told you all about how the internet used to be wonderful and now it's this unholy mess of people trying to steal your shit. This harkens back to a time when it was pure and good. So anyway, the one we want to use is called the scientific calculator. You can also click on the main one and pull it off of there. It's got a bunch of different calculators. The only one we're going to need in this class, though, is the scientific one. You can probably find other ways of using the graphing calculator in this class, like for linear modeling, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay. What I love about Desmos is when you type in the formulas the way they need to look, it looks correct. That's one of the downsides of Google, is Google doesn't look correct when you type it in. It's all on one single line, which means you have to use things like carets to imply exponents, and division doesn't look quite right. So before we do that though, I'm gonna wander this, sorry. At least I shaved today. All right. I'm gonna write the formula down for weekly compounding here. And then we're gonna enter in here so we know what it looks like. Is that cool? So we're gonna start with $100. I don't think decimals can understand the dollar sign. Let's just go with 100. We'll try it after the fact. We'll put the dollar sign on after the fact and see. So we're gonna start with 100. Multiply by 1. Why 1? Why is there going to be a 1 here? You say that again? Hope, is that you? Say it again. Yes! You're going to earn more money next year, right? Or next week even. Actually, both. The 1 represents you earning more money. You get to keep at least what you had originally, at least. And then we're going to add to that. Yes? Yeah. Weekly compounding. So we have to, why are you shaking your head, Chelsea? Why are you shaking your head? Girlfriend, why?
I tried to do it once on my own already, and
Oh! Did you get some crazy numbers?
it sucked.
Well, hold that. We don't get 4% every week. Unfortunately, we don't get 4% every week. What do we get every week?
Yeah, that's right.
4% divided by, say that again, Amelia. 52. Why 52? Say that again, Katie.
The amount of weeks per year.
Right. I'm going to add that to our list of compounds over here. Can see that okay, maybe? Ish. Zoom out. Let's zoom in. Look at close to my nose. See all my hair. Weekly. Yes, you are going to get interest paid every week. Yes. So that's 52 times a year. Yes. But they are not going to give you 4% every week. That would be amazing. That would be incredible. But that's also like 300% APR. We're talking mafia money at that point. Again, like.
Want to make it offer you can't refuse.
So, as far as the rate, you got to take the rate and divide it by 52. You're still going to earn more money overall than monthly compounding, which is more than annual compounding. But you don't get to keep 4% every week. We're not talking about loan sharks here. Okay. But the good news, how many compounds do you get? How many friggin' compounds do you get? You say that again. A little louder for those in the back.
520.
Why 520? Amelia, Mariah was lip syncing with that. That was wonderful. Why 520? 10 years. It's dimensional analysis. I hate to say this over and over again, math 98 years, but it never goes away. 52 times each year times 10 years. It's 520 compounds. Yes! Let's put it in decimal. See if you like it. Okay. 100 times parentheses. Oh, it looks a little dot for times. I like that. That's cute. I'm sure I said that every year. Oh God, that's too big. There we go. Oh, that's a weird zoom. Now you know what? Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to zoom in so that everybody can see it better. Oh, okay, that's actually better. It just zoomed kind of weird. Let's bring this back over here. All right. 100 times. Left parentheses. 1 plus 0.04 divide by, holy hell, look what it just did. I can't believe Google hasn't done this yet. I just hit the slash for divide by, and what did it do? What did it do? You're not as excited as I am. That's okay. Oh, it looks like a fraction. It's like a thing over a thing, not a thing slash side to a thing, which is the way you have to type it in Google and Excel and Sheets. I don't know why those programs haven't caught up yet. We're still stuck in 1980s process. I love this. 0.04 divided by 52. Good so far? Okay. Where do we have to get now? We have to get outside that parentheses, don't we? It's showing you a parentheses here. It's like, is this where you want to be? Figure out how to get outside. I think of at least 2 ways I think you can do it. What's one way you can get outside?
The right arrow key.
You just, 3 ways. If you're on your phone, just tap on the other side. I love that. Tap on the other side. That's good. I didn't know that because I don't use it on my phone. Tap on the other side. Good. What else? Anybody else find another way?
Just right click.
Right click, I believe.
The right key, sorry.
Oh, right key, yeah, arrow over. I had to do it twice, Ray. Is that okay? It was funny. When I arrowed over the first time, it put me to the right of the fraction. I had to arrow over a second time to get outside the parentheses. Is that cool? What if you just press enter? What does it do if you do that? Oh, don't do that. Don't. I didn't do that. Sean didn't do that. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm doing it. Okay, so don't press enter. Enter means evaluate the expression. We're not done yet. Because what did we forget here, y'all? Right. If I hit enter, which I accidentally did right here, sorry about that. That's how much you're going to have in the account after the first week of 10 years. That's it. First week of 10 years. So you earned a cozy 7.69 cents. But I don't want one compound. I want, what did Amelia tell me earlier? 520. What do I have to press next? Had to do this in Google too. You had to do this in Google as well, didn't you? You say that again. Oh, I love this. 2 choices. You can hit that little button right there. That's the power button. That means take a number and raise it to a power. Or, did anybody remember the button you pushed in Google? Shift. Well, on your phones, it's just a caret. On your phones, it's a caret. On the computer, it's like shift something. Here, on a computer, it's shift 6. Which is the exponent symbol in Google. But did you notice what just happened when I did that? It took it from here and popped it up there. Now type 520. 520. Are you ready? It's already done it for us out there on the side. $149.16. Which means that we earned a little bit more money again, didn't we? Over week. Lane, go, please.
We stole a fraction of a cent.
No, we rounded correctly. We also rounded down for monthly compounding and for annual compounding. We were denied those. I think the reason they round is because half the time it's going to round down and half the time it's going to round up. So if it ends in, like, if that number is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're losing money. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're gaining a little bit of money. And I think the overriding assumption is each of those happens half the time. So I think it's a fair assumption, although you can argue it both ways. But yes, you're right. We did take some money from the bank. It makes me feel better about it. Did anybody try putting the dollar sign on to see what happened? Can we put $100 up here? And here's the best part about Desmos. If you screwed up something, you just click back in and do it again. I love that about it. Put a dollar sign there. Oh, God, it doesn't like that. Sorry, I don't understand the dollar symbol. Okay. Well, then I won't. Then we shan't use it. Because we don't get to use that word enough. You can also copy and paste, which is really cool. I think you probably do it on the phone too. If you need to take this whole expression, you can copy and paste it down here, which is, it's totally rad. It operates in all the best ways. It does the math like Google, but it looks like the math you would write down, which I love. I just love that about Desmos. Cool? Okay, so that's weekly compounding. And there are other kinds of compounds. There's semi-annual, which is twice a year. I think the last one I do on your notes here is daily. Daily compounding. I've only ever seen daily compounding one time. And this is why I don't do my taxes anymore. And I'm going to explain, after we do the correct math in Desmos, how Sean did his incorrect taxes years ago, and the moral of the story as to why Sean's wife Jen does their taxes now. And also why Sean has so much gray hair. That's mostly my son, but it's also because of taxes. Okay, so one more addition to our compounding list over here. Daily. Daily. How many compounds do you think? 365, yeah. I don't think they use the .24. I don't think. They just go, oh, Chelsea, what's on your mind? Tell me what's on your mind.
Well, if it's daily, you're dividing the interest by 365 days.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So you're going to compound it 365 times. You're answering a different question. I appreciate you.
Oh.
You're answering what the rate is going to be on this side. You're one step ahead of me, girl.
Right.
No, don't be sorry. It's beautiful. You're going to take whatever the APR is and divide it by 365 this time. Give that one a shot. Tell me what you get. Give it a shot. See if you can figure it out. Try writing it out first, maybe, and then enter it in. It's always a good idea to write the formula out so you know what you're putting into Desmos makes sense. It's going to do all the heavy lifting for you, which is awesome. Jesus. Sorry. Sorry I have to look at this for 2 hours. I only see it occasionally when I am backlit by the projector. It's like a terrible Picasso reject painting.
Why is this over here and not over? No, it is over there, never mind.
Give me a thumbs up when you get it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to write the formula. Is that okay? Good. I personally, and you're going to see why on Wednesday when we get into these compounds are great, but it isn't always the best way to save to just put money into a bank account one time and then forget about it.
Hey, forget about it.
It's not always the best way to save. It's better to get into what's called a savings plan where you're constantly contributing. Direct deposit is great for this. Anybody use direct deposit at their jobs where they just pull a little bit of money out of your paycheck every month and stick it away in a bank account? So great. You never even know you're losing it. So good. It's so good to have that. I remember when that first started, because it used to be, again, back in the 90s, before direct deposit was readily available, you had to physically take your money, write a check to the bank, and move some of it into an account. And that's great as long as you're good about the process of saving. But it requires you to be good about the process of saving. Direct deposit removes that. It just says, oh, I make this much a month. Actually, I only make 90% of that a month. 10% goes straight into savings. And sometimes you get added benefits for doing that, depending on how you're saving and what you're saving it into. But what is the formula we're going to input into Desmos, friends? I'll get you started. 100 times.
1 plus 0.04 over 365.
Oh, I love that. 1 plus 0.04 over 365. Keep going, Jasmine, you're on fire.
To the power of 3,650.
We get 3,650 compounds, don't we? Yeah. 3,650 compounds. Let's do it. Let's go a little tiny bit. And what's cool, again, if you're feeling saucy, we can just go up and, since I copied this one stupidly, but it doesn't seem stupid anymore, I can go up and edit this one, can't I? We ready? Look at that! It's a little bit better. We got 2 more cents over 10 years. Don't spend it all in one place. Don't spend it all in one place. I love that. Nicole, what's the matter? You look troubled.
Nothing.
You sure? You look terrified right there. I want to make sure you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Can we get paid more often? Oh, Elaine, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
If it's 10 years, and there'd be leap years in
Okay, let's adjust for that. I love that answer. Elena said if that's 10 years, there's gonna be leap years in there. So you're actually gonna get slightly more than that. Let's adjust for leap years, shall we? Let's get fancy. I'm not sure if banks do this, Elena, but what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come down here and put 0.24 for the dividing the interest rate up. Now why 0.24? Leap years happen every 4 years, right? Every 4th year, we have a February 29th. Anybody born on that day? I love meeting leap year babies. It's like, how's it feel to be 3? But it's actually, you would think that that means there are 365.25 days a year. But every, 1,000 years or 100? Every 100 years. Every 100 years is not a leap year. So in 2000, the year 2000, some of you weren't alive then, were you? God damn it. In the year 2000, it was not a leap year. It should have been 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016. Every 4th year is a leap year, but 2000 wasn't. So that's why it's 0.24, not 0.25. Weird. Calendar math is bizarre. But, Elena, we also have to change the exponent. We can't just change the cut. We have to change the powers, right? Now, what we're going to do, we're going to show you something here. I'm going to do to the power of, delete all that, there we go. To the power of, to the power of, I'm going to go 365.24, and I'm going to try to multiply that by 10. Because that's what Amelia was doing in her head when she told me there were 520 compounds weekly. And that's what, who told me there were 3,650 compounds over 10 years for, that was Jasmine. That's what you did it in your head, right? We can also have Desmos do it for us. Well, watch what happens if I try. There's something goofy happens here. If you go this route, you don't ever have to go this route if you don't want to. But if I try to multiply that by 10, you see what Desmos just did? It kicked me down. It kicked me down out of the exponent. Hope you know how to fix it?
Can you just move the decimal?
Yeah, absolutely. Hope's got a simple solution. Duh, move the decimal point over 1. You're multiplying by 10. Think like a European. Yes, or we can do it mathematically too, by just grouping the exponent in parentheses and keeping the 10 up there, which is the slightly cumbersome way of doing it, Hope. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to stamp in the exponent, but put parentheses, 365.24 times 10. Fair? Okay, you ready? Okay. Look, we made more money! You see it? Shit! Can you see it? Same. More!
21 cents.
Let's get paid more, right?
How much more is that?
Well, it's 21 it's 21 10,000ths of a cent, right? Turn your nose up at me. Let's get paid more. Let's get paid more. Okay, so what would be faster than daily? Hourly. Shit, let's do it. If you get hourly compounding, holy hell. How many first of all, how many hours are there in a year? Multiply, can we forget leap years, Elena, with your permission? Is that okay? Thank you. Do 365 times 24 for me, dear friends. 365 times 24, if you'd be so kind. 8760, thank you, Nicole. So we are going to get 8,760 compounds, which means we're going to have 87,600, excuse me, we're going to get 8760 payments a year, which means we're going to get 87,600 compounds. Let's make more money. Son of a bitch. It's more. It's like half a cent more. No, it's like 0.3 cents more, but it's more. It's more. Can we get paid minutely? Can we get paid minutely? Can we get paid minutely? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to cheat. You ready to cheat? You can stop doing this now. This is getting ridiculous. But Ray, you got me going down this rabbit hole now, man. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and multiply it by 60, because that's how many minutes there are going to be in a year, right? Because there's 60 minutes in every hour. So I'm going to multiply this by 60 as well. Secondly, or have we had enough? Have we had enough now?
Is it like stocks, when you're watching stocks go up?
It can be, yeah. And there is unfortunately a limiting factor on this. It's tempting to think like if we just keep compounding quicker and quicker, eventually we'll make as much money as we want to. And that's not true. Have you noticed that as I yell, it's more, it's less more each time? There's no coincidence there because there's a ceiling. Like that will never get to $150, ever. It can't, mathematically. There's a limit to how much it can compound. Elaine, you go.
I think the one with the hours,
Yes! Is that this one here?
yeah, for some reason I got 149.8.
In Desmos?
Yeah.
Tell me exactly what you pointed, what you put, I'm gonna put what you put it in. 100.
100 and no, I didn't do the time, I just put the parentheses right next to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it understands that. Oh, that's sick. Good. I didn't know that. Thank you. I'm so conditioned with program with spreadsheets now. 1.
Plus 0.04
Yes.
divided by 8,670.
Oh, is it 8670 and not 8760?
Ah, yes.
Wait, shit. Which one is it? I put in 8760. Did I hear Nicole wrong? How many hours are there in a year? Is it 867 or 876?
87.
Oh, it's 8760, Elena. That's the difference. It's simple fix. That's what it was. That's what it was. But it doesn't matter because nobody's going to pay you hourly, unfortunately.
Wait.
No, interest. Nobody's going to